Dragonverse fans, welcome to another video where we are of course exploring the journey of Aquatus. As you all know, the motto is familiar powers, unfamiliar heroes. So please, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Previously on Aquatus. I know he's been missing for many hours, but not much beyond that. My king, we found no trace of Aquatus or the assassin. The last time we had spoke, he said, I miss Nikias so much, but we'll be reunited soon. I can't explain everything right now, but Damon is headed to the surface. Aquatus and Kostas speed towards their destination. Do you know how close we are? In a sense. How is it you're able to track this target? A Meropian ability called aquatic telepathy. It allows you to track sea life, summon, communicate, and send them away as well. Sounds useful, especially since it's helping our efforts find Damon. You're right. Phineas has a lot to answer for. A fellow Meropian? No, a talking dolphin. Kostas blinks before laughing. The two continue to swim after Damon and Phineas. King Phaedrus and his entourage are resting at his campsite. One guard is keeping an eye on the signal. It begins to move. Slightly startled, he finds General Marcos. General? General Marcos. Yes. The signal. It's moving. General Marcos fully wakes and nods. I'll alert the king. A few minutes later, King Phaedrus and Thalassa are speaking with the general. If he's on the move, perhaps we can intercept him? Perhaps, my king. However, I have a concern. Aquatus could be leading us into a trap. With the potential unknown danger, I'd like to request that you and Thalassa return to Meropis. Aquatus wouldn't lead us into danger. Not willingly. He also wasn't supposed to leave the Blackened Trench. Don't use that against him. He probably had a good reason to do so. Regardless, this is my personal suggestion. I thank you for your concern, General. However, I want these answers as much as you. I'll be here to get them. The General sighs. And you, milady? I'm staying too. You trust Aquatus this much? Yes. You've only met the boy once. This hardly makes him trustworthy. I am your king, General, and as your king, me and my betrothed will remain. King Phaedrus smiles warmly. The general nods. As you wish. Let's get going. Today promises to be fruitful. Aquatus and Nikias near the surface. Aquatus begins to look around. Come on out, Phineas. I can sense your presence. Nikias? Aquatus turns to see his younger brother. He has a smile on his face. Nikias! Damon hugs him. Aquatus hugs him back. It's good to see you, little brother. You too. I had no idea you were coming. Yeah. I know. Aquatus glares at him. What were you thinking? How could you leave Mother? Make her worry like that. I'm sorry. I had to come here. No, you didn't. We're returning home right now. Damon begins to resist. Wait! You've got to see what I've discovered. Don't try and get your way out of this, Damon. No, Nikias, please. I came here for you. We did. Aquatus continues to drag Damon back towards home. Phineas swims into view. Actually, the boy is onto something. Aquatus turns towards the dolphin. Is that right, Phineas? You don't want to actually die at the Blackened Trench, do you? No, but that won't happen so long as I return before I'm missed. Are you sure? Follow him, and I promise this will not only benefit you, but your late father. Aquatus stops and eyes the dolphin. A knowing look is in the mammal's eyes. Aquatus releases Damon's arm. He takes a deep breath. Damon, show us what you found. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. Leave your spear with me. Can't go scaring the locals. Aquatus tosses his spear at Phineas, who holds it in his jaws. The brothers look up at the surface. A new world awaits on the other side. Damon is barely able to contain himself. Aquatus spots his old talisman on Damon's neck. He makes a note to snatch it back later. Kostas swims on the opposite side of Aquatus and gives him a nod. Together, the three exit the water. As they rise out of the water, the magic takes effect. Nikias and Damon's skin tone shifts to an olive complexion. Their hair color remains the same. Their fin-like ears become more round, and their gills disappear. Their clothes feel tight on their bodies. Aquatus looks around and sees nobody. Come on, it's this way. Kostas, you'll have to cover your lower half. I hope you have something for me. Damon thinks for a moment before running off into the nearby foliage. He returns with human clothes. I found these the other day while I was exploring. Did you steal those? No. Damon begins to point. These things cover your legs. Those cover your torso. Kostas looks at the clothes. Some form of badge on the shoulder. Kostas' tail become legs as he stands on newly formed feet. His steps are awkward and clumsy as he acclimates to the sensation. He begins to get dressed as Aquatus looks at his brother, who's itching to continue. Will you calm down? I can't. How do I look? Damon laughs, like a fish out of water. Lead the way, young adventurer. Damon prepares to dart off. Aquatus grabs his shoulder. Listen, Damon, you need to get a grip. We're not here for a fun time. Whatever you need to show us, let's do it and get home. Damon nods slowly. Okay, I understand. A less enthusiastic Damon begins to lead them through the foliage. Kostas stumbles every now and then. Do I need to force an explanation out of you? It's no secret how much I was curious about the surface. Phineas came to see me with a chance to save your life. Was I supposed to say no? It didn't strike you as odd that a talking dolphin knew how to save my life? Sure, but he told me he was your friend. Saving you, making sure you're able to return home, that was more important than anything. It was a foolish thing you did. It wasn't right to make Mother worry like that. I know, but you didn't see how sad Mother was without you home. They continue on in silence. We're nearing the edge of the foliage. Once we leave here, the humans will become visible. Be ready. Aquatus and Kostas prepare themselves, as Damon leads them to another section of the shoreline. Aquatus looks around with shock. There are many humans present, a large building behind them. The humans are a variety of body sizes and skin tones. Most ignore them, though some give Kostas strange looks, and others stare at the very tall brothers. Well, what do you think? These humans, they look strange. Most are ugly. They look like Atlanteans. Atlanteans aren't as rotund. True, but that's what makes humans unique. We probably shouldn't speak, lest these humans hear our native tongue. What's it matter? They won't understand us. That may not be true. I can use magic to understand them. You can? Seaborn magic is very extensive. All right. Damon, how much further? It's a ways off. Come on, there's more I want to show you. Damon begins to show Nikias and Kostas many sights. They see human food and more humans exploring several buildings and other small little shops. After enough time exploring the area, Damon begins to lead Aquatus and Kostas to their destination. King Phaedrus and his group finally arrive at the Seaborn village. The Seaborn are curious to see who's visiting them. The chieftain swims to meet the king. Welcome, King of Meropis. King Phaedrus. I'm surprised you recognized me. It was hardly difficult. He points to the king's crown. I have it on good authority that a fellow Meropian was here. Aquatus. Aquatus? Ah, you refer to Nikias. In that case, I am afraid he has departed. Yes, that much is clear. I assume you have no knowledge of his whereabouts? Afraid not. As the two continue to speak, Septima spots them from her boat. She hides and encourages Aeneas to do the same. She peeks at the king's group from the cracks in the boat. Inside an abandoned and disheveled building, a small research team works. With their instruments, they analyze and study the area. The lead researcher enters another room and looks around with her flashlight. One of her team walks up beside her. Thoughts? We've already been here for 2 days and have hardly turned up anything worth our time. You wouldn't be giving up now, would you, Dr. Mia? She gives the man a slightly annoyed look. He smiles and laughs, and she returns the smile. Never. That's the spirit. Hell, it was a miracle we even found this place. You can say that again. Let's go over our notes so far. This place is at least a decade old, but no idea who built it. No known identifying markings, but crude surveillance tech. Maybe there was a calamity that destroyed it and sent the inhabitants away? The sheer size of this place has interesting implications about the missing builders. Not to mention that weird smell in here. You can say that again. She shines her flashlight in a dark corner and sees something. Hello there. She goes over to the item. Hidden in the corner is a small, ornate seahorse chariot. Beautiful. What's it mean? Someone lost their favorite toy? Perhaps. She sighs. I'll analyze it once I return. She pulls out a pack of cigarettes. She places the chariot down on a nearby desk. See you in 5. Dr. Mia heads outside. As the guards patrol the village, one discovers Septima's boat. She and Aeneas stay hidden. The guard swims inside. It's clear that someone lives here. He returns to the king. My king, there's a boat out that way. Someone lives there, though I'm not sure who. King Phaedrus turns to the seaborn chieftain. Do you know who lives there? Yes. Who? A friend of the seaborn. I believe you know her as the mother of the one you're searching for. General Marcos, you're familiar with his family. Go and see if it's true. Yes, King Phaedrus. General Marcos swims towards the boat. Septima and Aeneas see him coming. Who's that? The king's general. General Marcos reaches the boat and swims inside. Septima, there's no need to remain hidden. I know you're here. Septima motions for Aeneas to keep quiet. The general swims into the galley. Septima swims behind him. For a moment she contemplates striking him with a plank of wood. Why have you disturbed my peace? I won't be long. I simply wish to know where Aquatus has gone. Does it matter? He's not here. If you tell us where he's gone, nothing will happen. He'll be asked to return to his post. Unbelievable. Even now you treat my son as if he ever did anything deserving of his fate. Septima, quiet! Don't speak about my son as if you care to aid him. You watched as he was sentenced and did nothing. Yes, I should have defied the king and freed your son. At least you would have done something useful that day. Do not wonder where my son has gone. Be content with the fact that he will return. Now get out. Septima glares at him. I do want what's best for your boy. It's why the king sent me. I don't need you to believe me, but you can trust that. Janri has trusted you once. I'm sure he regrets that now. Anger builds inside the general. Septima continues to glare at him. Leave. The general gives her a curt nod and follows orders. Aeneas watches him go from his hiding place. Aquatus, Damon, and Kostas arrive at their location. Here we are. What's that? I don't know. It's where Phineas told me to go. How'd he know about it? He just knew. We'll figure something out. There's another problem. That place is full of humans. How do you know? I ran into them. What happened? I was trying to get inside, and I got close. One of them spotted me. I panicked and ran, but she was pretty scared of me, too. Kostas begins to think. You're going to follow my lead this time. Damon flares his ears, which on a human head looks rather weird. Before they can argue further, Kostas points. Look, a human. They watch Dr. Mia as she lights her cigarette. Is that the one who saw you? Yes. What is she doing? Do humans need those to breathe better? Unclear, but those things smell awful. I have an idea. You two wait here. But I want to come. Aquatus glares at his brother and flares his ears at him. Kostas chuckles. You two will have a part to play. Kostas goes on ahead, quickly casting a spell. Dr. Mia takes a puff of her cigarette, lost in her own world. Excuse me. Jesus! You scared me. Apologies. She takes a moment to see his uniform. Let me guess. You're here to tell us to clear out? Not happening. Me and my team found this place, and we have a right to be here. And what is it you think you found? I don't know, but I fully intend to find out. She throws down the cigarette and steps on it, a defiant look in her eyes. Perhaps I can be of assistance. Oh, and how do you intend to do that? You're a park ranger. Quite easily. Kostas casts a spell, and he sees the magic take effect. Now then, let's talk. Nikias and Damon watch them. A human researcher, and I can't even speak with her. Aquatus hands him his spyglass. Maybe this'll help. Damon smiles and happily accepts his spyglass. He begins to look through it. What do you think they're talking about? Whatever plan Kostas has made? Do you think she'll agree? I don't know. Enough questions. Damon pouts. Barnacle head. Aquatus fights the urge to flare his ears. Can you do that for me, Dr. Mia? She nods. I can. No problem. Wonderful. I'll see you soon. Kostas walks away from her and she heads back inside. He returns to the boys. So, is she going to help? She will. You two need to be ready to do your part. Before we do, Nikias, may I see your arm? Sure. Aquatus extends his arm. Kostas turns it over and sees the tracker. He removes it. How'd this get there? It must have been the assassin. You fought an assassin? I imagine whoever it was won't be happy. So, let's do this quickly. Dr. Mia returns inside. Welcome back. Ready to continue? She looks at him and nods slowly. Sure. She picks up the cherry and studies it. Her coworker continues to study her. You okay? Before she can respond, there's a loud impact outside. The entire base shakes. The team looks around in shock. What the hell was that? There's another impact, and the place shakes again. Dr. Mia's eyes fill with fear. We've got to get out of here. The team begins to scramble and panic. Dr. Mia pockets the chariot and begins to flee. Outside, Aquatus and Damon run around screaming and punching the building. They can hear the humans panicking. Damon stifles a laugh. Aquatus shoots him a look to stay focused. The teams nearly gathered all their supplies. One by one, they begin to run out. Aquatus and Damon hide. The researchers reach their vehicles and speed away. Dr. Mia the last to go. Once the humans are out of sight, the three reappear. Damon fully laughs. That works surprisingly well. Let's get inside. Aquatus, Kostas, and Damon enter the building and look around. Incredible. We've wasted enough time. Spread out. Together, they begin to search for clues. King Phaedra swims around the village, observing the seaborn. He finds the chieftain as he's eating. Your village is quaint. It's rather lovely, though, wouldn't you say? I suppose. If you were to travel to another village, you'd have no power. These are our ways. Yet I have power wherever I go in my territory. Indeed you do. More responsibility. I am content with my people here. You Seaborn truly are unbothered by our presence. If a foreign force attempted to occupy my city, I'd refuse them. You didn't come here to harm us. Why treat you with suspicion? What if I decide to take this village by force? We couldn't stop you, and you'd be okay with that. If we were to battle and we lost, our bodies would serve a new purpose. You accept defeat so easily. Have some pride in your warriors. Perhaps if you spent more time training your soldiers, you'd be more prepared. The Seaborn chieftain nods and smiles. Perhaps, but warfare isn't our way. A guard swims up to the king. King Phaedrus? Yes? The tracker signal disappeared some time ago. I did some calculations, and I believe Aquatus' last known location was the surface. The king's eyes go wide. Inside the structure, Aquatus, Damon, and Kostas search the area. Aquatus looks around impressed. There's something familiar about this architecture. I feel the same. Kostas studies the walls. There's signs of battle. Battle? Here? Kostas nods. Dried blood on the wall. He continues to look around. There's a faint smell in the air. Like home. That's probably just Kostas. Kostas chuckles. Aquatus continues to walk around. He finds a room that looks eerily similar to a barracks. He returns to the main room. Damon and Kostas are still busy. Aquatus thinks about everything. The barracks, the signs of battle, the faint smell of home. His eyes go wide. I may be wrong, but I think this place is Meropian. That's impossible. Our people don't come to the surface. Usually. Say it is. What's that mean? I don't know, but there's something here to answer our questions. We must find it. The search continues for many minutes. Aquatus finds one room that has been particularly damaged. With his strength, he begins to toss debris out of the way. He sees something buried beneath the rubble. He fishes it out and picks up an ornate chest. I found something. Kostas and Damon join him. Pretty. Do you think that'll help you? Depends on what's inside. Aquatus looks for a way to open the case, but there's nothing. Everyone takes turns trying to open it with no success. It's magically sealed. Frustrated, Nikias slams his fist into the wall. We're so close, yet we can't open this damn thing. It's okay, brother. We'll find a way. How? The three hear something, and much to their surprise, Dr. Mia is standing in the doorway. I hope I'm not interrupting. As the king's guards make camp for the evening, Coral practices her magic. Fascinating. Surprised, Coral spins and sees Thalassa. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't startle you. It's fine. Who are you? I'm Thalassa, the king's betrothed, aspiring researcher. Do you mind if I watch you practice? I've never seen seaborn magic. Coral thinks for a moment. Okay. Coral continues through her routine. Wow, you're talented. Thank you. How long have you practiced? Since I was a youngling. Taught by your parents? No, I had a mentor. I'm still learning from her, and one day I hope to pass on my knowledge. An admirable goal. Thank you. Coral, may I ask you a question? Of course. You said you're the king's betrothed. I am. Coral's face turns angry. I hate your king. It's because of him that Nikias was sent away. Thalassa gives her an empathetic look. I did what I could to get him released, but he wouldn't listen. What do you even see in him? I've learned a lot about him since becoming his betrothed. He seeks to live up to the ghost of a father that will never be able to give him praise on his rule. Yet he strives for it regardless. He loves his people and only wants what's best for us. He isn't content with how things are, and I believe he wants Meropis to evolve. I've been given a chance to shape the future of our civilization alongside him. And he values you the same. Thalassa laughs. We value different things about each other, but that will change with time. I'm sure of it. Coral frowns. He doesn't deserve you. Not the first to say that. Hopefully, you're the last. Aquatus and Damon are stunned to see Dr. Mia. Welcome back. That language you three were speaking, what was it? I honestly don't know what you'd call it. They can't understand me? Correct. Kostas, what's going on? Why is she here? It's all right, Nikias. I told her to come back. Aquatus looked at him with shock. Part of our agreement. Dr. Mia looks at Nikias and Damon with a bit of fear. Hey, I recognize you. You were here yesterday. Damon smiles and waves. I promised you answers. Ask your questions. Dr. Mia takes a moment to pull out an odd rectangular device. Where are you from? You wouldn't believe me if I... Tell me anyway. We're from under the water. These two are Meropians. I'm a seaborn. She doesn't even hide her surprise. Everyone always says we have no idea what's in the ocean. Meropians? Seaborn? Can you explain? I can. Kostas? Not to barge in, but we need to open this chest and get out of here. Kostas nods and turns back to her. Dr. Mia, we need to find a way to open this. Do you have any ideas? She shrugs. Can't say that I do, unless this seahorse chariot can help. She pulls out the chariot, and Aquatus and Damon's eyes go wide. She notices the look in their eyes. That's not a seahorse. May I see it? He would like to see it. Dr. Mia nods and hands the device to him. Aquatus confirms his suspicion by hurling the chariot against the wall. What are you doing? A tiny tremor vibrates on the wall. Aquatus sets the chest down, picks up the chariot, and slams it on the chest. A musical frequency blasts out. Then the chest opens. Aquatus and Damon smile. Inside are old tablets. We'll leave you to finish with the human. Kostas nods and the boys exit. Shall we continue? In the next room, the boys look over the tablets. Aquatus and Damon's eyes go wide. These are from King Sergios. I was right. This base was an advanced outpost. We were going to invade the surface. The brothers process the revelation in silence. Several minutes go by. Eventually, Dr. Mia and Kostas exit the room. Today was not what I expected. I'm sitting on a landmark discovery and can't reveal it. Just my luck. My apologies. I'm sure you understand our desire for secrecy. Don't worry. I'll keep our end of the bargain. You have my word. If you ever want to speak again, my office is nearby. She takes one final look at the boys and leaves. Do you trust her? She seems to be a woman of great integrity. You two, on the other hand, look like she did a few minutes ago. Something wrong? These are the king's old missives. We were planning to invade the surface. There were soldiers stationed here, trying to learn about the humans. That is surprising. Why attack the surface? Where are the soldiers? If your suspicions are correct, someone discovered them and wiped them out. But who? Do you think the new king will know? He might. This is a lot to process. Yeah, it is. Are you ready to go? Not really, but we must. Yeah, I have a dolphin to speak with. Kostas, Aquatus, and Damon return to the water. Phineas waits patiently. Aquatus glares at the dolphin. Don't keep me waiting. What happened, Phineas? Why'd you take my brother? I was going to return him. Don't lie to me, dolphin. I'm not. I was going to bring him back. You placed him in danger. How? By swimming through the water? By exposing him to the humans. He had a talisman. If you were going to try and save my life, why not come to me? I did. You refused because you were too afraid to leave. So you go and find my brother. How'd you even know about him? I did my research. Why? Your freedom was too important to ignore. You weren't willing. I had to find someone who was. Why not Kostas? Would you have rushed to his rescue? No. Your brother was never in any danger. You already refused my offer. I had no other choice. Besides, he needs his champion ready for what comes. What does that mean? You'll learn. Phineas swims away into the dark waters. Dr. Mia enters a restaurant where her team waits. Her lead researcher waves to her, and she sits with them. Dr. Mia, you gave us all a scare back there. Apologies. You went back to the base. I'm surprised you're alive. I am too. We're back tomorrow then? She shakes her head. No, we're done there. Her team is surprised. Done? But we haven't learned anything. That's not entirely true. But after today, I'm not going to risk your lives again. We can find something else. Her team looks around, disappointed, but Dr. Mia smiles as she looks at the notes on her phone. Aquatus, Damon, and Kostas swim towards the village. When they arrive, they see the king's guards. Oh no. Aquatus swims forward, the king's camp becoming visible. Damon, go home. Are you sure? Yes. Damon swims home. Aquatus and Kostas approach the king's camp. General Marcos immediately spots him. He gives him a knowing frown. Several minutes later, King Phaedra swims back and forth in front of him. Thalassa gives him a calm smile. You abandoned your post? Haddish chased your trail across the ocean. Completely irresponsible. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. For what reason? I had to rescue my brother. Really? Then where is he? I sent him home. King Phaedrus, there are more important things to discuss. I agree. I'm serious. Aquatus produces the missives. General Marcos takes them and begins to read them. The more he reads, the more he is confused. He gives the king a look and hands him the missives. King Phaedrus begins to read them with eagerness. This can't be. Where did you get this? From the secret surface base. Everyone is stunned to hear those words. I recognize some of those names. I thought they were MIA. Janrius. Thalassa puts a calming hand on the king's shoulder. King Phaedrus can't speak as he continues to read the words over and over again. Hey there, Dragonverse fans. Just like that, another chapter in the story of Aquatus is complete. I hope you all enjoyed what you listened to. If you did, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube things. Until next time, take care. Dragon out.